Well, hi guys again. This is Reverend Sean over the Center Path, and this is video, I think, three of our what's this guy? The thangka. Remember the big old thangka that we have for learning about Samsara? There's our big thangka, and we're gonna focus in. We already did one on the center of the hub, which is right there. That's the three poisons, and we're gonna balance out today and do a little bit on karma. So karma is a really common term, and in Pali it's kama, and in Sanskrit it's karma. And many of us know and we think we understand more about what karma is. It's not retributive, which means it's not judgmental, and it doesn't have any way to, like go through and say, you did this, therefore. It doesn't really work that way. It really means action. So you can have actions that are positive that yield positive results. You can have actions that are negative that release, result in negative results. And you can have some that are neutral that result in neutral results. So that's really what we're talking about with this right here. Now notice there's two sides. There's a light side and a dark side. There's always a light side and a dark side, isn't there? But the light side, we can see the people are moving up. And as we look at them over here, we see eventually they come to realize that they should be living better lives and doing more things. This is more neutral down through here, and this is more positive as we get to the top. And here he's showing, like, this is like the Lama, actually one of your teachers, a guru, a sifu, a bante, a tik, any of those kind of like teachers that you had, like a sensei or even a roshi would be a teacher for you, and someone to help you along and build better karma. And you build better karma not because you're influenced by them directly, not all the time, but usually because of their expertise in understanding that and their way of helping you to understand the way that karma works, positive, negative, or neutral. Now, as we get to the other side, we can see these demons with ropes, and they're grabbing onto people and they're pulling them down into the lower realms, if you will. Now, those lower realms, which we get into in the next video, we'll start talking about the different realms and different parts of heavens and different hells and things like that. This exemplifies on the dark side is doing negative things yields negative results. Okay, now here's a really, really simple explanation of how that works. Karma. If you're not paying attention and you're cutting a tomato with a sharp knife, don't pay attention, your actions are not being mindful, and you may cut your finger. And that would be a negative reaction to a negative action, right? Very simple. On the other hand, if you're paying attention, you have a good sharp knife and the tomato is not too slimy or something like that because you've changed the conditions of that and you cut your nice tomato into nice wonderful slices and put it in your salad or on your food and you get nourishment from it, that is a positive reaction to a positive action. That's really about as far as it needs to go. Now, we want to, and it's really common in the human psyche and all religions is to have this like, where does judgment come from? Where does forgiveness come from? What about little kids that have cancer? What about people that get murdered? What about dogs that get left out in the cold? Okay, those are actions that lead to negative reactions. Now, it doesn't say that like because you do that, because you're someone who has a disease and gets cancer, it's not always because you did something direct. Now, there's karma that goes back before you. There's karma that goes back before your parents, right? And that would be like we start talking about things like genetics. We're talking about karma, really. So we're talking about the actions of like these two people got together and they happen to have this attribute, which turned out to be this genetic malformation that causes a disease process later in someone else's life. Now, is that a bad thing or a good thing? Well, it's a mistake. It's just a karmic action that leads to a negative thing. We can't go back and say like, oh, my great grandparents, they shouldn't have gotten together because if they didn't get together, my grandparents wouldn't be born, and my parents would be born, and I wouldn't be born. I would have to not have to worry about having brown eyes when I really wanted blue, or whatever it is, or have some kind of like uh, uh, genetic or other kind of problem that I'm very upset with and can't deal with. Doesn't really work that way. Now, in some forms of Buddhism, we do see, in Taoism too, we see that bad karma or that bad action way, way, way back can be cleansed. Well, does it change anything? No. I mean, if you go back and like the whole story is like if you go back and change any of that stuff, which you cannot do, right? But you can do a cleansing to help you understand it better. And that's really what we're trying to do with our meditations or mindfulness and the understanding of karma. Karma ripens slowly. Karma ripens like a fruit, fast sometimes. And so sometimes you do something like touch a hot stove, burn your finger very quick. Other times you do something like you forget to pay a bill because you weren't paying attention, and then later on it comes in through collections and you have other penalties to pay or something like that. You know, and again, is that the end of the world? No. Are any of it the end of the world? No. We have to have that perception of understanding, right? And as we understand karma, you know, right, we start to do good things. It's like, you know what? If I do more good things and I pay more attention, I'll do better. And as I do better, then I'll be better. Okay? For example, okay, with me, I had a heart attack a while back. And yeah, me, I mean, I didn't think I would. I'm a pretty calm person. I was eating pretty darn good. I wasn't doing anything really terrible. However, I had from birth a murmur, which caused my heart to regurgitate. So the blood couldn't get from one section to the other as easily, and I had to work harder. And that caused some other issues, which eventually led to a a um, a blockage in my heart, right? Now, there's a lot of things that added up to that. Should I be angry that I had a donut 6 months ago? Should I be upset at my father or my mother or somebody who didn't take care of me or which didn't happen or me for not getting it checked out earlier? Didn't know about it really. You know, anytime I was taught about it or we talked about it, I'd go get a checkup. They say, ah, you have a murmur, no big deal. Let's watch it. Right now, it's caused a problem. So that's a negative thing, but I need to use it as a learning experience, right? Okay. Is it neutral? Is it positive? Is it negative? It's positive in that it causes me to exercise better and eat better. That's a good thing. And understand more and help teach other people. Those are good things. It's neutral because, well, you know, it is what it is, really, is what we're talking about here. And it's going to follow its course basically no matter what I do. Okay? I can change certain aspects of it. I can't change it all. And the poor bad thing about it is like, you know what? I was told about this a long time ago and I didn't act on it because I was told really don't worry about it. So I didn't worry about it. I didn't know to worry about it. I was ignorant. And that's what we're talking about with the wheel of samsara as we're getting in through here. This is karma, right? Karma is just action and reaction. That's all it is. It's physics. Every action has an exact and opposite reaction, right? Everything we do has some kind of like influence on something else. It's interdependence. Anyway, that's our 8 minutes. Okay, take good care. Wait for the video number 4, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe at the bottom, and don't forget to leave a comment if you need a comment or you want something clarified, because I will make another video if it needs to be clarified. And I hope you guys are doing well, and take care. Bye.